You don't fight for an infinity stone. You steal it. Because if you try to face the people who normally hold them, you die before they even notice you existed. But here's the twist. Every stone, mind, space, reality, power, time, soul, has been stolen before. Sometimes by geniuses. Sometimes by lunatics. But always by someone who understood one fundamental truth. To steal the impossible, you must think impossibly. And today, we're building the most lore-accurate heist plan ever designed. A plan that could actually work in the Marvel Universe. A plan crazy enough to terrify Thanos, confuse the Living Tribunal, and make Doctor Strange spit out his tea. Before we crack open the vault of madness, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you're going to want to follow this heist. Alright, let's begin. The first rule of stealing Infinity Stones is simple. Never go after the stone. Go after the holder. The stones don't protect themselves. The people who wield them do. And every wielder, cosmic or mortal, has a weakness. A blind spot. A moment of vulnerability. Your job as the thief? Find that moment. Exploit it. Disappear before the universe notices. So who's holding the stones right now? That doesn't matter. This plan works no matter who you're targeting. Thanos, Vision, Strange, Odin, even a Celestial. Because it's not built around brute force. It's built around 4 pillars. 1. Misdirection. 2. Control. 3. Substitution. 4. Influence. Every stone has a specific method that's worked before. And we're about to break those methods wide open. Let's start with the Space Stone. Blue. Unpredictable. And usually locked inside a cube tougher than most planets. Here's the catch. The Tesseract isn't just a container. It's a cognitive labyrinth. If you rush it, you get burned, vaporized, or teleported into a pocket of space where even screams don't echo. So the trick to stealing it? Don't touch it. You steal the holder instead. Let's say it's Loki. Classic. Untrustworthy. Always scheming. You don't confront Loki head-on. You don't trick him with illusions. That's his home turf. Instead, you control the environment around him. Loki keeps the Tesseract close. Very close. But he can't teleport with it if you shut down spatial access. So step 1 is using tech from Novar, the Kree warrior whose gear can jam short-range space folding. Slide that device into the room, boom. Loki is cut off from escape. Now all you need is distraction. Enter misdirection. You stage a fake heist. Something flashy. Explosions, illusions, noise. Loki's confidence blinds him. He focuses on the wrong threat. And while he delivers one of his trademark speeches, a micro-drone slips behind him, grabs the Tesseract with gravimetric claws, and swaps it with a perfect hologram. Loki keeps ranting. He never notices. The Space Stone leaves the room before he even finishes a sentence. That's heist rule in action. Confidence blinds even gods. Now let's move to the Power Stone. This is the problem child. The wild one. The touch me and you explode into purple dust stone. You can't steal it directly. Not even with gloves. But the Power Stone has one critical flaw. It doesn't turn off. Ever. This is a blessing for a thief. Because anything that can't be turned off can be overloaded. Here's how you take it. You introduce a feedback loop using tech stolen from the Nova Corps. Not their weapons, their containment fields. Those fields are built to restrain cosmic energies. But if you invert them, they trap the energy inside the stone for a microscopic moment. That tiny moment is your opening. The holder, whether it's Ronin, Thanos, or a random collector, feels the surge. They panic. They're overwhelmed. Their grip falters. And during that tiny hesitation, a portal opens. Not from your side, but from Mjolnir-style space-locking magic borrowed from Asgard. Your hand never goes near the stone. Instead, the stone falls into a dimensional pocket you prepared hours earlier. No risk. No explosion. No purple death. Just clean extraction. Rule. Overwhelm the power, never the wielder. Time for the Mind Stone. This one is different. It doesn't need force. It needs influence. Because the Mind Stone isn't a battery. It's a negotiator. It whispers. It tempts. It expands awareness until the wielder starts believing the ideas were theirs all along. So the heist strategy for the Mind Stone is too beautiful, too poetic. You don't steal the stone. You let the stone steal you. Here's how. You unleash a telepathic decoy, but not from Earth. Earth telepaths are too weak, too noisy. You use a seed of consciousness extracted from the astral plane, a fragment of psi energy that has no ego, no identity, no intent. You let that fragment drift. The Mind Stone senses it instantly. A blank mind is irresistible. A void is delicious. It reaches. It stretches. It investigates. And while the stone is distracted, you slip in with a psi-dampened extraction device created by Hank Pym, carved from shrinking alloys. The stone never notices you. It's too busy devouring the empty consciousness. 2 seconds later, the stone is gone. Rule: curiosity is a bigger weakness than pride. Finally, the reality stone. This one is the nightmare. Because you can't trick it. You can't overpower it. You can't distract it. But you can exploit the fact that the reality stone has one fatal flaw. It can't affect what's already unreal. And that's where the most insane part of this heist begins. You bring in a construct created entirely of quantum illusions using tech from the maker, Reed Richards' twisted counterpart. This construct isn't real. It doesn't have atoms. It doesn't have existence. It's pure mathematical projection. The reality stone can't rewrite it. Because there's nothing to rewrite. Your construct walks straight through any barrier, bypasses all illusions, and reaches the stone. Then it does the unthinkable. It rewrites itself into a containment unit. The construct becomes real only after it encases the stone. The reality stone wakes up too late. It can't rewrite the object containing it, because that object only snaps into existence after the stone is trapped inside. Rule: what cannot exist cannot be defeated. And just like that, we've stolen 4 stones. Without fighting, without dying, without challenging gods head-on. Next comes the final part. The hardest part. The part no one, not even Thanos, has ever cracked cleanly. How do you steal the Soul Stone? And how do you escape with all 6? That's where the real madness begins. Now comes the Soul Stone. The one everyone fears. The one that demands a sacrifice. No clever tech. No illusions. No brute force. This stone is different. It doesn't care about skill, luck, or cunning. It cares about connection. About loss. About proving that the thief understands the price of power. But there's a loophole. A way around the must-sacrifice rule. And it's subtle. The Soul Stone doesn't demand your life. It demands meaningful attachment. It tests your resolve. Your willingness to value someone or something enough to pay for it. So the heist begins with preparation. Not weapons. Not minions. You gather motivation. Memories. Regrets. Love. Hate. Anything that burns with personal weight. Once inside Vormer's shadowed cliffs, you approach the stone. The keeper of the stone watches silently. Eyes like infinity itself. The air trembles with expectation. Here's the trick. The sacrifice doesn't have to be physical. It can be symbolic. You place the object of your attachment, an avatar of your emotional bond, into the void. It could be a construct, a representation, or even a memory anchored in mystical tech. The Soul Stone reacts instantly. It senses the meaning. It counts the weight of the bond. Then it grants access. And just like that, the thief has the Soul Stone. No death. No blood. Just a perfect understanding of the stone's rules and respect for its power. With all 5 stones secured, the final challenge emerges, escaping without drawing cosmic attention. The Infinity Stones emit energy on scales impossible to shield. They scream across reality, alerting anyone who might intervene, from gods to cosmic enforcers like the Elders of the Universe. Here, you rely on misdirection and substitution. Step 1. Create a false reality echo of yourself holding the stones. Borrow tech from Dr. Doom's dimensional mirrors. They reflect power signatures across multiple planes, making it appear as if the stones never left their original locations. Step 2. Activate temporal displacement. Borrow a fragment of the time stone's power, carefully, in microbursts, to skip seconds in localized reality. To outside observers, you vanish before they even see you move. Step 3. Use the space stone to fold yourself into a prearranged pocket dimension. Here, The stones can't signal to their native reality. No one can trace them. Not even beings like Dormammu or Kong the Conqueror. Step 4. Divide and store. Each stone is hidden separately, in locations that exploit their weaknesses. Mind Stone inside a side-dampened vault. Reality Stone inside a pocket of mathematically impossible space. Power Stone stored in a containment field mimicking Nova Core tech. Time Stone partially reversed, existing only in microseconds out of phase. Space Stone locked behind quantum misalignment. Soul Stone in a symbolic sanctuary, emotionally inaccessible to anyone but the thief. No one can steal them back without repeating the same impossible steps. But what about Thanos, you ask? The Mad Titan is tricky. He feels, senses, and tracks like no one else. Here, strategy isn't enough. You need audacity. You create decoys, phantom bodies, illusions, holograms. Let Thanos grab one, thinking he's reclaimed the stones. While he celebrates, the real stones are already across dimensions, untraceable, untouchable. And that, my friends, is the key principle of infinity heists. Never confront the universe. Always manipulate it. Always stay 2 moves ahead. Now, the last layer of security, the ultimate contingency. Even if someone discovers the stones, you prepare a final failsafe. Borrowing tech from the collector, you encode each stone with a unique null signature. This signature suppresses all energy emissions. It renders the stones invisible to cosmic sensors. Even reality-altering beings can't detect them. And here's the final flourish. You make it appear that the stones no longer exist. A cosmic disappearance so convincing that even the living tribunal would assume balance has been restored. Meanwhile, the thief watches from a hidden vantage. All 6 stones. Safe. Impossible to reclaim. It's elegant. It's flawless. It's the perfect cosmic heist. Of course, there are risks. Time Stone misuse could fracture timelines. Power Stone containment could destabilize entire star systems. Reality Stone errors could overwrite the thief themselves. But that's the thrill. That's the reason only the bold, the clever, and the insane even attempt it. And remember, no plan survives contact with cosmic egos. Even the best-laid schemes rely on reading the psychology of gods. How does Thanos react to a sudden illusion of loss? How does Odin perceive interference in Asgard? How does Dormammu interpret temporal displacement within his domain? These are questions only a master thief answers. And only a master thief succeeds. So, if you were planning to steal the Infinity Stones tomorrow, here's your cheat sheet. Never touch the stones directly. Always manipulate the wielder first. Use misdirection. Confidence and chaos blind even omnipotent beings. Exploit weaknesses. Each stone has its Achilles heel. Understand the rules. The Soul Stone, especially, respects understanding over force. Plan escape contingencies. Multidimensional folding, decoys, null signatures. Everything must have a backup. Think like a god. Or better yet, think like no one expects you to think. And if you pull it off, the universe won't even know what happened. Except you. And maybe, just maybe, the trickster gods laughing somewhere in the shadows. This is the ultimate Infinity Stone heist. Impossible, yes. Lore accurate, absolutely. And just insane enough to make you wonder, could someone really do it? Well, in the Marvel Universe, anything is possible.